Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining me today on my channel. Today I thought I would bring you the layout share of the layouts that I made at my crop over the weekend. I ended up only making the 15-page kits that we put together and ended up with 16 pages out of it because I did make one double-page layout. So pretty happy with what I was able to put together. In addition to these, I was able to spend almost a full day of organizing photos on my hard drive, which will still be a forever project. I think I'm up to 2017 logging and moving things around. And so, yeah, it's still a mess, but you know, those are good opportunities I find that I can just sit and stare at the computer. So anyhow, I just wanted to share with you what I made. So this one was a picture of my family and friends of the family at the apple orchard this year. And I was able to use a lot of the Echo Park. I think this was from the paper pad that was probably Craft Consortium. And then this was a puffy word phrase that I've had forever in my stash. I got some of the stickerback brads on along with some enamel dots. Pretty happy with how that turned out. I popped it up on some foam tape, and then I also used that one denim washi. It's actually like a material, so I was happy that that got on there. This one, I've got sticky notes on there, so I'm covering up her last name and her address. But this is a layout of one of the layouts I made of one of Emily's bridal showers. So this is her with her aunts and her in front of the little sign that they put together for the theme, which was country roots and cowboy boots. And it was just a really cute thing that they did. And then I put the invitation on here, so I have that. So here's that one. The same day, this was pictures of myself with Emily and with her mom at that shower. So I was able to use, I think this is also Echo Park. And I know this is some of this is Rosie Studio. The embellishments are Rosie Studio. This paper, I think, is from another paper pad that's not part of the Echo Park. So just a hodgepodge of things for my stash. I have the enamel dots that are from the, I got these at Scrapbook Expo. What is the name of I can't think right now of the name of the company. They sell like, oh, it's Eyelid Outlet. That's where I get a lot of them when I go to the expo. This is a picture of, again, my family with our family friends from the campground. Just using, I think this is, again, Echo Park. Some scraps I had from it. Some Paige Evans, I believe, is on here. Some Rosie Studio. So just a hodgepodge of everything. I can't remember where these phrase stickers came from, but I think it all came together by the colors of pulling in the green, the yellow, and the pink and made it really bright. And it's just us having dinner at a local Mexican restaurant. This is another layout for that shower we had for Emily. So these were the table decorations. Her aunt had taken cowboy boots and put vases inside of them with the florals, and they had like the rough cut tree logs on there and chalkboard stuff and mason jars. So I really tried to pull that out with the embellishments. And because I had so many pictures, I really didn't have to put a lot on there. I used the washi. I have some of the Echo Park stickers up here. This is a Jen Hatfield tag. I think these are Echo Park. And then I think this is like an Echo Park. This is something that was in my stash. So just again, another hodgepodge of items. I believe the paper is Cartabella. So fun layout, and I think it all goes together for the colors. This is made primarily with Rosie Studio and There is some of the Cocoa Vanilla You Rock in there. So I just use phrases like you rock, yay, hooray, oh yay, unbelievable, epic, you're one of a kind. This is when my nephew received the Daisy Award through his hospital for going above and beyond with his patient's family. The patient's families actually nominated him, and it's just a write-up on Facebook about it, and it was just very proud of his accomplishments in dealing with compassion with COVID-19 patients and their families. And then this was a background that I had already pre-made. This is using a lot of scraps from the Auburn Lanes, and then this background was Auburn Lanes. I added the picture of me and my husband, my son, and my sister and brother-in-law. We had gone to breakfast to celebrate my husband's birthday. I added some Dottie About Flair. I fussy cut out some of the Auburn Lane flowers. This gold is from, the gold leaves are from Rosie Studios. I think these stickers here are Rosie Studios. So again, that's Jen Hatfield. So really pulling in a lot of different collections and a lot of different things with my embellishments based on color. I have my little row of, like, I looked at them as being little businesses on Main Street, and like a little love letter thing. So happy with that. This was a fun layout I made using some Schmel Lane. I think this is the one collection she has that about the museum. So I have the I'd actually picked it out for the other side. The other side had like the gray, but when I was making the layout and I flipped it over and I saw the planets and the moons, and I'm using the title Love You to the Moon, I ended up just using the back side. So I ripped the edge, I fussy cut all these little wonky circles, pie chart things out of the one paper. I used, I know this was Love You to the Moon, would have been with this paper pad. I think I have some Cocoa Vanilla on here, Wild About, Kids. There's just like again, another hodgepodge of different items. And it's just an everyday photo of the boys. Their mom snapped it while they were at the store looking cute with their masks on, and they both had their little Mickey Mouses that they carry with them. And so it's just a fun everyday moment to catch. This next one is using primarily Rosie Studios. There is some Jen Hatfield on here, and I think Paige Evans too. But I have my little llama, my cheetah with a party hat, balloons, a bicycle, a bird cage, a bird, a bunny. So it's just a lot of random things like cake platters. And I put some sequins on. This is from, oh, I'm losing my mind here. You can tell it's a Monday. Oh, the sequins place. You all know. If not, message me. I'll look it up. I'm like drawing a blank here. And I probably have the pack of sequins. And I'll be like, oh, you silly. I did try and clean up a little bit. I still have a ton over here. Anyways, I just added sequins on here and put the word celebrate and just a fun page for my mom's 80th. This one is me getting my first COVID shot, and I used some Dottie About Flair, said the best day ever. I used doily I've had in my stash. I think I got this like at Michael's. I think these words are Amy Tan, I might believe, but I like that it said to be continued, and it's like one of those things that I wouldn't think of using, but it was like perfect because I received the Pfizer vaccination, and it's a 2-shot vaccination. So I thought it was kind of fitting that I got my one and it will be continued the following month when I get the second shot. So I got that, you know, just more like positivity things like happy day, wonderful, grateful for this moment, radiate positivity, create your own rainbow. So I was looking at it as a positive thing that hopefully we can move forward and go back to our normal life. And some of these I'm going to have to go back and glue down a little bit. They're kind of peeling up. This was just an again, the kids had stopped over. I don't even think it was for anything, just to come over and hang out. And so I have pictures of my son Kevin with our youngest Carter, and then Emily had Carter, and then Emily got a picture with Dylan with his missing tooth. And so I used some, this is Nicole Jones, her digital items that you can buy. This viewfinder is one that I cut out with my Cricut. I have some of my Rosie Studios on here. This title was from Bella Boulevard, and it's white, and I just took a Sharpie and colored it the color I wanted it. And so I just have Happy Family. And again, just used a lot of scraps on here, and happy how that one turned out. This is my double page. And so I split this photo in half, and I'll have to figure out how I can put it in, and hopefully you're seeing the whole thing. That's, I think, as close as I'm going to get. But the kids came over. I think this was for Mother's Day, but it was like a day or two later. And so we were all sitting out in the backyard, and we had Carter on the bouncy swing. And then the boys figured out they could climb up on, we had a tree cut down last fall. And so they figured out they could climb up on this tree stump and get up on the fence to see the neighbors. And so they were checking out their Labrador, Cody, who you guys hear every once in a while barking on my channel. And then their son, Mason, was outside. And so the boys were talking to them over the fence. And I just used doily, some Echo Park, some fussy cut flowers from Cartabella, some Rosie Studios items in there, some enamel dots. I'm not sure which collection the Blissful came from, but I grabbed that out. And then I grabbed, I've had these for a while, but a vellum pocket. And then I just did my journaling on here and just talked about how much I enjoy having the kids come over. And to me, that's my family in my backyard doing nothing is blissful. This is one of my husband. He was being a good sport and outside and helping me plant flowers. And so I took like pictures of the plants we were putting in and my bleeding hearts that come back every year. And I just sprinkled the page with, again, the fussy cut flowers from Cartabella. I used some Dottie About Flair on here, so I got 3 of those. I've got Echo Park on here, some enamel dots, some Rosie Studio butterflies. So just a wide variety of items, and just showing doing our yard work and, you know, the fun spring stuff. And then the same day, when we were all finished, we lit a fire in our fire pit. We had put this in this year, and so we were just sitting out in the backyard enjoying. The yard was like completely mulched and kind of cleaned up for spring, and we had our plants all out and just enjoying an evening in front of the fire. And then I just made this our happy place, and I've just got phrases like you and me together, life is better in the garden. And so a lot of this is Echo Park. I handmade a tag, and I think this was from Cartabella, like a wedding collection. I believe this is the mason jar. And I think these, I don't think it's Maggie Holmes. I think it might be Dear Lizzie, one of her collections. I fussy cut those out. So again, just things I found. I got some enamel hearts on here. The next one, and this might be the last, yep, this is the last one. This is just a picture of my youngest grandson with my son-in-law. That was, he had taken him out on the combine, and he was letting Carter Drive. And so the giggle face that he has was like perfect. And I just did several layers on here, a tag. This is a lot of this is Echo Park and the Echo Park sticker back brads. I have some wood veneer on here. I used some of my old thickers that it look like burlap, and that just says Carter and Dad. And then I just kind of did a cluster to make it look like the farm. Their farm is red, but I thought it still represented. And even though it says Pumpkin Patch Farmers Market, I just like that it, in big letters, it just said family farm, and that's what they do. So that is it. It was a really good weekend. I think now the next few days, you might not see much. I'm going to be going through and breaking down a lot of my die cuts. And I have like this little bucket full of items. And I have this one full of stuff. And so I'm going to be going through and re-separating them by color and getting them put back into my color drawers and getting ready. On Sunday, we will be having our it's the third week, so we will be doing our Build-A-Page. So I'll be getting ready for that. And I might have another one or two in between, but I know that this cleanup, I've got part of it cleaned up, but I need to get that all done because my next focus is going to be starting to focus on Christmas stuff, and we have a lot coming up in December, so I want to reset my whole desk area and get it all good before I drag out the Christmas stuff. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I want to thank everyone who's new to the channel. I really appreciate you subscribing. And for those of you who've been around for all the time, I do read all your comments, and hopefully I will be getting on in the next day or two. That's on my list of to-dos to respond to you guys. Most of them I've already read, but I do like to respond back to you and acknowledge that, yeah, I read it, because I do appreciate the comments that you guys leave. So with that said, thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. You all have a wonderful evening, and you will see me in the next day or two as I get items cleaned up. I figure you guys don't want to see me sort by color because that would be really boring. But once I get it all cleaned up, we'll start making some page stuff again and getting some things, fun things happening. So be ready. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.